The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin today, please get a tablet and a pen. Write down today's date on top of that tablet, and let's have a timeline. I'm a person that likes goals, but I like to achieve them, and I like to challenge myself. So my name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Write it down. All right, I'm going to show you how I got into basically the first million to billions. And I'll show you the truth, but you have to get used to me because I'm kind of blunt. All right, I don't pull punches. So if I say you screwed up, you're going to have to accept it because I'll show you what you did, but I'll rebuild you if you let me to. Now, I got a couple of things I got to tell you about. This is live. It always is. 6 days a week, you're stuck with me. And I got the nickname of the Godfather of Credit when I was on KNX Radio. Been on there 47 years. Now, there's no pictures. There's no recording. I want you to write it down, put it here in the brain. See, what you have to learn is what has to be habit forming. If you don't learn to do this as a habit, how are you going to get where you want to go? Because I'll show you a bunch of goodies. Now, again, 6 days a week live. Always been in person or live basically for 45 years. Rags to riches. I don't know what to say. I got born in a taxi. She threw me in a trash can. And then I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. I got to basically get used and abused as a kid. And I thought that sucked. But you know what? I read everything I could. I listened real good too. Now, here's a couple things. I learned to look behind the curtain. You see, some of you have a corporation today. You spend $5,000 for a piece of paper, which is kind of dumb because they're free. You just pay a little filing fee, and you didn't learn diddly squat. So let's see if I can repackage you today. Now, when I was a little boy, they kept saying money for a rainy day. I asked them what that meant, and they couldn't explain it to me. So I created something that made sense to me. Can you write down safety credit and take out all your credit cards or your personal wallet now? Now, not next week. I'd like you to put a sticky in the back of your card. I'd like you to write down the limit. I'd like you to put 25% what it is and 30%. No, 29. Look what it says in front of you. You keep doing this. I'm going to crash. Stop. No reason you had to ever do that in the first place. So we write down Ray's rules and have two cards worth $100,000 that basically use 29% at the most, maintain 29%. That'll give you a 750 credit score and more. But you know what happens? That'll give you also 71,000 of safety credit. In case plank hits the fan, lots of job or pandemic. It's called the line of defense. Write it down. Next, they said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, that's simple. What do I do? Have scrambled eggs? See, well, the problem is this. I love corporations. I learned about corporations when I was 7.5, listening to a silly poker game at Mrs. Hope's house. But you know what? The problem I have about corporations is they see it on the Secretary of State's website. That bothered me. They can see the corp, they can see your name. So when they sue the corp, they sue you. You're still a duck. That sucks. So what did I do? I created a division process. I want you to think about today. Bank of America, Chase, doesn't matter what bank or grocer in the city, they have a parent company that manages the locations called branch numbers. Each branch number's got a separate tax ID. They bankrupt it when they decide to, or whatever happened to them, and they get a tax credit. You went home and went boo-hoo-hoo. That stops the day for you. Basically, don't put it's like put all your ducks in a row. To me, that means a corporation divisions and $1 million of credit, and you never bring the pain home. So that's the ultimate goal. So the bottom line is I want to make you understand. I'd like to blueprint your life. I'd like to do one piece at a time because I believe you did it wrong. Sorry to say. Between the house, the car, and all the things you do, I'd like you to think about doing it my way starting today. Now, the lack of knowledge makes us do stupid things. So today, what do we get to do? When you're chasing the goal, decide which one's you. The bottom line is the answer is they're both you. The bottom line from here, we got to understand. See, the biggest mistake most people do is they don't understand SSN, SS4. We're going to look at the United States of America Incorporated. We're going to look at the SS4 and the SSN. So let's think. People got credit cards in the 70s and 80s without using the Social Security number. So why did people start falling like sheep and ducks and screwing that up? So let's understand. You get one SSN. So it's we the people, and then they tax us, and every dollar we bring in, tax, and probate when we die. That's why we get an SSN. Now let's understand something today. All right, before Nixon took the gold standard out, the government, our president, took all the gold off the market. They confiscated it. It's all mine. And then Nixon took the gold standard out, and they give the SSN to the babies when they come right out at the hospital, because they got to bond the baby for $35 million a piece and print some more money so they can get some honey too. Now let's look at the SS4 today. Let's see. A corporation having divisions or subsidiaries under a corporate umbrella, each entity is a legal person. So when we look at the SS4 right in front of you, it says in line 1, let's see, legal name of entity, corp, division, subsidiary. Bank, grocery store, city. That makes sense. Or individual person. The only form on planet Earth, the United States of America Incorporated, that allows one per entity is an SS4. So the SSN, 1040 tax return, all right, chase us until we're dead. The SS4 is the 1120 tax return, and it's called a tax ID. By the way, you never had to bring the pain home in the first place. You've been doing it wrong. Congratulations. I'll show you how to fix it. All right, put your back self on track. Is that okay? I'll truly give you a second chance today. So let's understand. The United States of America Incorporated, they came up with 50 corporations. They call them states. The state got a corporation called cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. So if they have a problem because they planned the problem, what happens they do? They bankrupt the debt and they stay in business. You've had 11 cities file bankruptcy so far. So let's understand, we the people, tax, and probate when we're dead, then reaching the grave, get more money from us too. Well, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, with the Supreme Court working in conjunction, says a corporation is a legal person. So please write down, stop bringing the pain home. Got it? Now understand, we're going to build a corporate umbrella. Your parent company's never going to do business. It's going to manage entities. If you have a corporation that's doing business, we're going to turn that to a division and have something replace it so it becomes a division too. We're going to give you the line of defense. Now, I made a promise to myself as a kid that I'd never bring the pain home, the ultimate goal. So I basically did that, kept my promise not to bring the pain home. And if I need a second chance, it's a division, and I get to play. Now, I'm going to show you why you need 9 divisions today. And I need you to listen and turn these up, all right? Now, let's understand. I'm an affiliate to 119 creditors. I think 10 are great, and I think the rest suck. That's just my opinion. So if we look at this, this is my dashboard. When I'm on the dashboard, I'm allowed, listen to the word here, I'm allowed to request and provide Social Security number or tax ID. So I'm going to basically use tax ID first, and I'm going to request on the behalf of a person. So if I have a tax ID and your name's on it, I can create Experian, TransUnion, Equifax cash reports. And the only thing that writes it off credit is corporate credit. Personal credit, you can't write it off. So let's understand. You jacked up your personal credit, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you couldn't write out diddly squat. Is that silly or dumb or stupid? Well, basically, you got to just tell the truth. So personal credit. If I use tax ID, I can build credit reports again, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, person, corporation, division, subsidiary. And the only credit you can write off is corporate credit in the first place. So we got to basically kind of reprogram you, and you got to listen and play along. Now, division of me, can you write it down? Now, here's for me. I'm from Show Me State. I think most of the things I see on Tickety Doc and Google and YouTube and blah, 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 there's a lot of people full of blah, blah, blah. Every time I see someone have a car and they got all this, I Google and I search the address of the license plate, and I find out they're all leased for an hour or two. What's wrong with people? Can't they tell the truth? So let's understand what I do. Division of me. Here's a Lamborghini that costs $1 million. Now, when I guarantee that Lamborghini, the payment is $6,800 a month. If I can't pay it, they're going to take it back, and then they're going to take and report me to the IRS and give me a 1099-C. Now I got two problems. I didn't plan the problem too. Oh, that would suck. So if I do this, understand, if I buy through the corporation gets sued, they still sue me because I'm on the Secretary of State website. How am I supposed to basically win? Well, we do it my way. Okay, I bought the car through a division of a corporation. So write down division of corporation. Now, I just showed you where you can get and use an SSN or SS4 for cash credit reports. Did I show you? So what did I do? Did I guarantee a SSN? No way. I use the SS4 to guarantee the Lamborghini. Now, I got no intent to do fraud. If something goes wrong with the business of the corporation or the division and the Lamborghini, I'm allowed to disconnect, write it down, isolate, incorporate. I call it the three-step: disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Everything to me is a procedure. And then what I do, if I can't save it within 6 months of trying, as long as they're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we might as well be dead. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it. Simple, under the Federal Protection Act. That's what your cities, your banks, your grocery stores do. So you got a choice to learn to play. When you guarantee that building today, should it be the corporation or the division? Should you guarantee it as you, SSN or SS4? Make a decision now. See, I'm sorry, you've been falling like sheep and ducks. Now the house, the same thing too. Now we got to understand, SS4. If I receive money personally, that's SS10, that's tax, and probate when I'm dead, and they want to jank all the money I can while I go to the grave too. Or SS4, I don't pay tax until I'm profitable. I'm allowed to pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Wow, wouldn't that be kind of fun too? Is that how the rich and famous people do it too? We'll understand how to play. Now understand, under the Fair Lending Act, you can take one card and you can turn it into 99 more. Isn't that fun? I invented daisy chaining credit too. So the bottom line is, guess what we get to do? We can finance the business, the corporation, on its own credit files, just like the banks and grocery stores do. Division of me, division for each asset. We're going to play. I hope you pay attention today under the corporate umbrella. So understand what I want you to do. Now, I got a problem. I got to tell you. Both sides of my brain work. So I end up rhyming all the time. And I try to stop, but I can't. So you got to put up with it. I did write 2 famous rappy crap songs for famous people, and they made #1 because I can rhyme every time I talk, and I talk to you. Isn't that fun, too? You see, what we get to do is very simple, is understand how to play. Search and go Google. I want you to Google it. So let's look at SOS, that's Secretary of State, your initials of your state.gov. Find your corporation if you have one today. Find the corporation, then find your name. The founder, the officer, you're everything too. If you use your home address, jump up and kick yourself in the ass and say, I'm stupid, because that would be stupid. If you didn't, that's good. You should have used a mailbox, etc. So we get to play. You ready to play with me? Here, we're going to put all our ducks in a row. I already had to give them a solution for their silliness. They kept saying too. So guess what? If they sue the corp, they sue you because you're a duck. But you do it my way, guess what? Because being a duck sucks. Divisions give you the line of defense. The line of what? Defense. So you can get rid of a piece, and you don't have to be the only one called #1, SSN. Isn't 1 a lonely number? Isn't 2 to be better than 1? Wasn't that a song years ago too? So understand, divisions are private. They're not anybody's face. And on top of that, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. You get more privacy. So what are we going to do? When we guarantee a house, a building, or card, whatever we're going to do, a franchise, we got a choice, SS and SS4. Which one should you pick? I think you should pick SS4. But that's up to you. You got to learn how to play the game and learn how to win. I wrote the book called Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. You might want to play with me, and I make millionaires every time. Now, if you have no intent to do fraud and something goes wrong, you're not a duck. That way doesn't suck. Now, if you allow me to rebuild you, you've got a corp, I'll build that one you got. I'll add divisions to it so we can teach you how to really play the game and to win. All right, I'll do everything you need me to do and have some fun. Now, if I get you $1 million card, up to $1 million, here it is. Simple. My next question, would you like 9 sisters? Would you like 1 million or 10? How much would you like to be able to write it all off and build that business again and again and bring the pain home? 9 out of 10 people bring the pain home because they do something stupid. They didn't learn to play. They should have played with me a long time ago. So guess what we get to do? We get to make sure you never bring the pain home. Corporate credit's the write-off, personal credit's not. Simple. Now let's write down a couple of things. Do you ever want to get to the point that you have more money and all your bills get paid too? Credit, loan, money. Write it down. There are 3 things I want you to write down today. Now. Credit, loan, money. Let's take, and this is a Wells Fargo card. They're each worth $100,000. Corporate credit, anything above $10,000 doesn't show up on personal credit reports. So let's understand. We're going to take $100,000 off the card. I'm going to show you how to reference it by 3 times by 5. Can you write down reference 3 times 5? Can you do that for me? Now understand something. What happens is very simple. When we take that $1.5 million as borrowed money is not taxable. Write it down. And we buy a franchise. After all the bills are paid, you now got 38% left over. Ooh, the rest of your life. And the value keeps going up and away. It all goes to the corporation. You know why? We're going to die. We got to plan that too. Corporation can live forever. But again, what we get to do, let's buy an apartment complex. We usually borrow money. Now you got 41% left over too. The value of the property and a loan for 30 years. You see, the faster you get to that first 100,000 is how you can turn it into millions of dollars. That's financial freedom, by the way. So let's understand. Let's watch this again. Let's have some fun. Now, here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall, $1 million Lamborghini. Here's the keys. And there's a $5 million mansion I obtained and $1 million race boat. Wow. What do they have in common? They have my name on it, the Ray Reynolds University.com. I obtained this. Why haven't you? I don't understand. All right. Why haven't you obtained the things you want? The first $100,000, that's what we got to do. Then get you to $1 million. But the bottom line is how bad you want it. Would you like to become a corporate millionaire? That's just one of the yachts in the backyard. Come on. You got one source called Ray Reynolds. That's me. You want to play? I'll play with you every day, 6 days a week for 3 months, 6 months, and a lifetime and get you to $1 million to $1 billion. But that's up to you if you pay attention. You like the goodies yet? I like goodies. I like Lamborghinis more than the Ferraris, but that's okay. We get to play. Now, I make corporate millionaires all the time. Let me know if you want to be next. Is that okay? Now, if you let me add you to my credit system, all right, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough. He was security chief at TRW in Hesperia. He was bodyguard for President Nixon and CID. All right, that's just what he was when I met him in the first place. I had to train him. You know what happens? I add you to the system I created years ago, and I'll show you how to get a $5 million mansion too. It's just one of the ones I collected. So let's hear. I only show goodies I obtained. So that means I'm going to show you how to get the American dream, but I got to analyze your credit. Now let's watch. I have a case here. He has 800 score, but he has the wrong type of credit. I got an 800. You got crap. No wonder you got turned down 4 times. You don't have the right credit to position or even history too. All right, then we got another one that's 500, and I got him up to the 800. Which would you like? You see, the bottom line is I need to analyze, add history, and do some things I need to do. I got no magic dust or a magic wand. I just got to tell you the truth. If you let me analyze you, within about 90 working days, you have a 750 score. As long as you do what I tell you to do. Is that okay? But I need you to pay attention and turn these up today. Remember something, I like to repackage every one of you. I've done this for 45 years. Bottom line, you could play. Now, I want you to think about something today. I have a special group for 6 months. There's 25 people in it. And I was asked or requested a couple weeks ago to do a 3-day event. This is where we're going to do an overview of the Millionaires Founders Kit, the 12 books. We're going to go to the real estate system, or the 3 books of that, because I created billions in real estate. And then we're going to go into the financial series too. If you want to join us, it's April 28th, 29th, and 30th. Ultimate goal, if you're in the part of the 25, you get it for $1,000. It is definitely Zelle bank deposit, period. All right, no credit card, because it costs 5%, and then you argue about that too. So forget it. Zelle. If you want to join them and you're not part of the 25, it's coming soon. You can, and I'll give you a bunch of bonuses. I'll give you level 1, 2, and 3 for 90 days in specialty class and $50,000 of credit. Now, if you want that and all the goodies and me for the 3 days, it's simple. Today, literally, it's $3,999 if it's done today. If you don't want any bonuses, that's okay. You're going to get the 3 days for $19.99. There you go. So we learn to play. It's online with me. So what's your goal? You see, my journey didn't start so easy. I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. Mrs. Hope got to use and abuse me, and I thought that sucked. But the reality is I want to show you what I went through to get to million to billion structure. If you pay attention, your journey can begin today with me. Very simple, Mrs. Hope. She dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier. First time I was 3 years old at 6:30 in the morning. Before she left, she wrote down the window and she says, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was such a sweetheart. And then she stuck me in the garbage can behind the grocery store and fed me the food too. And she made me actually get out of the damn garbage can. She was a she-devil from hell. I got lucky. I was 4 roaming the streets in Redondo Beach. Came across that Baptist church. Lady handed me a book. I said, thank you, ma'am. I was always polite because I was afraid they're going to yell at me or beat me. So what did I do? I walked away, found out it was a Bible. I wanted to burn it, rip it up, and throw it away. Come on. I looked at the Bible, looked it up, and I said, okay, I don't know why we look up, but I just looked up. If there's a real God, why didn't I get a mommy and a daddy? Why am I being used and abused? Why did I have breakfast out of a trash can this morning? If you're real, help me. Ever since that day, everything I touch into business, it's usually 50 to 100 million to $1 billion. He made me the chosen one to help you. Can you pay attention today? Went by the karate studio. Man yelled at me. I became the janitor. From there, I got to live in that house and being used and abused too, and go to Allison Elementary. Miss Goodwin. All right, Miss Popelka. Miss Popelka in the front of the whole school said, young man, why do you wear the same pants for 3 months? And then Miss Goodwin said, how did you cheat and break into my desk when it's locked and do that math test? It's not possible. See, I thought the teachers were stupid, because they were. But I write with both hands and talk at the same time. I got an IQ of 203, and they don't like somebody like me, because I have total recall on most things. So I got to be in a coma at 5.5. I used my face to stop the bicycle 42 miles an hour, pop, down to Lane Street. Crippled for life. They told me I'd never get up. But Jesus said, get up, when I rolled over off that couch and grabbed the shag carpet too. And then I got to die in the last coma and come back and help you. Is that okay? Now, I worked for TG&Y. I got to stay after school that day. Luckily, I did, because God took care of me, because they killed everybody in the place. God rest their soul. He protected me once again. You like goodies yet? I like goodies. I like goodies all the time. Would you like some goodies? All right, I'll show you some things I obtained. These are all the things I got. And you get to play. if you pay attention with me today. You know what's really weird? I kick the door jam at 10, then I start kicking the basketball hoop, and they go, what? See, every time I hear somebody say white men can't jump, I hold the record for the highest and fastest kick on the planet, which means white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. You understand that? So you can reach your goals. Now, when the Guinness Book of Records came in here, the YMCA in 81, he says, where's the wires? He kind of pissed me off, so I kicked out the lights. He ran out like a little girl. He came back with about an hour and says, where's the wires? This is an aluminum building. No blank, Sherlock. You see, no matter where you come from, you can reach your goals. But be careful, it usually pisses people off when you do better than they do. Now, would you like a yacht? Why not? I got 8 classes on Saturday for you. If you want to join me, I have 10. 2 are private. You're getting to million to billion. But again, I'll be your coach for 90 days or a lifetime if you want me be. Now, stop bringing the pain home. Pretty simple to say. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. All you need is a good coach. And I'll be your coach every day if you want to play. Now, I'm truly God's example. So understand, I don't hear no. Do you hear no? When someone says no, they don't, just because they don't know how to do something, that doesn't mean you accept it. It's like in school. I didn't go to high school. I went to college at 14. All these people said they talked to their counselor. I mean, you're listening to a C- student telling you what you can be? Not acceptable. No is no. No, no, no. You go around the no. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Become a certified CFO. Now, the Ray Reynolds University, I want to leave about $10 billion to it because it's fun. Now, what I wanted to do at 26 is do everything I teach everybody for free, but nobody wanted to play with me. You see, I brought in 2.6 billion in corporate structure. My wife calls this my hobby. In the programs I do every day, I'm going to give you back 100% your money, or 10 times. Is that okay? So I want to take away your excuses. All right, that's the only thing you have with me. Excuses, or we're going to go get it. Simple. I like go get it. You got that? Draw the diagram in front of you. Corporation has 2 choices. An entity could be a subsidiary or division. And we're going to pick division today. Now, Bank of America, they bankrupt 5,004 locations so far. And they got a tax credit for every time they made a decision. They basically did the same thing at Chase, Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bank. All the banks and grocery stores do this, from Sam's Club, Geico. The cities, 11 file bankruptcy too. So what's our first goal for you and your family? Stop bringing the damn pain home. Why would anybody be that stupid to bring the pain home when they never had to? I don't get that. Okay? So you got to become a certified CFO. Next, you have to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Understand, that's my blueprint. I started when I was 9.5, and I call it see it, believe it, go get it. Because that's all you got to take to do it. God gave you the tools anyway. So let's understand. We're going to look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, working in conjunction with the Supreme Court. A corporation is a legal person, and we're going to look at we the people. Got it? So again, SSN is issued so they can tax every dollar we bring in, so they get paid before we get the leftover. And then they want us in probate when we die, and they reach into the grave, take the rest of that too. Now over here, what do we look at SS for? We get to pay all the bills first, then we pay tax on the leftover, no tax. Is that how rich and famous people do it too? Write down irs.gov. I want you to play by the rules, but I want you to win the game. I want you to file a 1244, single filing corporation. You don't pay any tax almost ever again. Thought of the week is pretty simple. Here comes the problem. What are you going to do? You got a choice. All right? Deal with it, or it'll deal with you. Got it? You got a choice as I repackage your whole life. But again, we got to have that structure. Corporation, managing entities. That gives us to stop bringing the pain home. Put our ducks in a row. I'll repackage you. Hold your hand personally under a corporate umbrella. Now what excuse you got? You don't have one. From there, I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people, homeless people, even people coming out of prison. So what happens with most of you, you have a kitchen table meeting with your friends and family, get all excited. We're going to start a business, honey. Wow, where are we going to get the money, honey? Hey, let's hawk the house. Let's jack up the cards and screw it up. What's what most of you do? It's just the truth. It'll set you free because that's called stupid. All right? Because you should have been playing with me. But again, it's up to you too. Never bring the pain home. Write down today's date. Let's see if you've got the guts. Because I'll challenge every one of you to have some fun. So in 90 days, we're going to go get the goal and the dream. Is that okay? It's just things I obtained. So I wrote Winning the Game of Business for 45 years ago too. The 12 books and CDs. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years at $5,000 a set. Oh, you want to do the real estate and really be serious about that too? Or become the bank? So here's how it works. If you spend $999 with me today during this live webinar only, all right, I will give you the books and CDs for free one time. If not, you can buy them from $9.99. There you go too. Starting a business, running a business, you know the people around you are going to knock you down off the cliff, going to catch you, or you're just going to fall and die. Hold your breath. See, every time I wake up since I was 2.5 years old, I knew I had to wake up at 2:25. If not, I'd be used and abused by 2:30. So every day, my body's been waking up since I was 2.5 years old at 2:25. I go to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. So I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy like most of you. So who's going to help me? I put myself in check. Your problem is you listen to your friends and family and they have an opinion and they hold you back and cloud your direction. And they never got to where they want to go to. So guess what? July 4, 2009, I got my 3 yachts in my backyard. I'm helping people 6 days a week. My wife comes and says, can we take some group of people from the church or school and go watch the fireworks? I said, oh, no problem, honey. How many people, how many was shot? No problem. Next day, I'm there in a coma. H1N1. Die at 5:41. I'm in a different place. I can hear things, but I'm dead right there. Tax attorney checks my wife to sign a POA. From there, the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. My point is to show you what I went through because you got to have faith and persistence and no excuses. I moved 24 times. I'm 11.5 years old. I got shot twice, knifed 6 times. I got no excuses. As you met me, neither do you. Understand, I got a book coming out this year. It's called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. So let's show you some real goodies today. The Lamborghini collection. Let's show you the Duffy and some mansions. Oh, let's show you how I broke the record for the highest kick and white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. How about more Lamborghinis, my favorite car? How about race boats in the backyard, helicopter, U-Dock, yachts, and some Ferraris? Simple. Ray's rules. If you play, I'll hold your hand and do most of the work for you anyway. The bottom line is the blueprint. Again, I started at 9.5 years old. It's called See It, Believe It, Go Get It. Got it? Now, credit repair is a fraud. What do you think? They got a magic wand or some BS? Federal Trade, you can Google it today, says they can't collect money up front, but they do all the time. So guess what? They got no magic wand. Why don't you write down section 611, Google it, it'll show you what you can actually do for yourself. From here, credit repair writes his stupid letters. Not mine, not kind of late. Your score goes down, not up. But here's what I got to tell you right up front. If you have a collection account, you owe a creditor. You can't rip off your creditors. Okay, first of all, next you got to man up and woman up and negotiate the debt. If you truly want a 750 score, all you got to do is negotiate that debt. Put all your cards at 25, 29% rule, but 2, do a rapid refresh. Now you got a 750 score. That's all you got to do. 3 steps. And you know what? Now you can sit there going all day long with your 750, or you can be a CFO for the corporate, the divisions. I call it the KISS method. Keep it simple. Stupid. We're not stupid, but people do stupid things with a lack of knowledge. First 25 steps today. I want to analyze your credit. Get Credit Karma because it's free. Then I want to analyze it. Then I want you part of the program. I need you to pay attention because you have to be part of the program because I got no magic wand. I just have the truth that'll set you free. Now, here we go. You basically got a Social Security card. It's in your personal wallet. Can you get it out now? Here's the application that you did or mommy did for you. It says application for Social Security card. Now understand, line 1, you didn't pay attention to, says name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above. Got it? Other names you use. SSN's for 1040 tax return. That's all it's for. Look at the Social card in your personal wallet now. Why? Because you never read the front and back. You don't pay attention. You follow like sheep, and that stops today. It'll say do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and do not use it basically and carry with you. Then it says Property Assessment Administration, not you. That's the IRS. You got your SSN for your 1040 tax return to track you for every dollar you ever bring in until you're dead. Then they call it probate too. Now we got to look at when you got your first paycheck. A long time ago, you thought you were ripped off by the creditor or the company. Half your money was missing until someone pointed out to you that the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover, live on that too. And that's why we're a bunch of sheep and ducks. So pay attention. Supreme Court and the 14th Amendment make a corporation a legal person. So we're going to basically compare we the people and basically that too, SSN, SS4. You're going to learn to file an S corporation so you never almost pay no tax ever again. Learn to play by the rules. You get one SSN, we're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets an SS4. It's 1120. So when they file and they sue the corporation, something goes wrong, they sue you. Doesn't that make you still a duck? Wouldn't that suck? How does the banks and grocery stores do it? They use subsidiaries. Today, we're going to use what I created in 85, 86. It's called division process. Is that okay with you? So understand something. It gives you another chance to try. And as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. Become a certified CFO. Come on, we're going to play. Reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Now I got to repackage you because you use your SSN. That way you truly can be a CFO for the corporation and the divisions too. Same time, I want to get you an SS4. I want to show you the rules and tools you never paid attention to in the first place. I want you to choose wisely, and I want you to have a corporation with divisions, and we're going to put our ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. Is that okay? Isn't that fun? You see, we're going to look at that SSN one more time. Line 1, and it's for the 1040 tax return. And in the corner it says SS5. Why don't we compare it to an SS4? So line 1 in front of you, look at it, it says legal name of entity, corporation, division, subsidiary, or person. So, banks, corporations, cities, they have locations, branch numbers, they bankrupt separate tax IDs, take a tax credit, write it off while you go home and go boo-hoo-hoo. Why don't you put your name on line 1 for me today? Let me teach you to play. Sorry you brought the pain home in the first place. All right, you need to be a certified CFO. We're going to dissect the form and step by step again too. It says banking and credit purposes. So the only form that allows one per entity is an SS4, and I developed and created and invented division process. Maybe you want to think corporations should only do 4 things. Buffer tax, no taxes due till you're profitable. Corporate credit, the only thing you can write off in the first place. Oh, we get a car at fleet price and stay at the hotel and get a free buffet. Now the divisions, I want you to understand, has 7 things it needs to do. Write it down because you can't take a picture. You can't film. It's line of defense. Screw it one, go get another one. Don't have any intent to do fraud. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, buy what? Multiple credit reports. In real estate's flippity-dippity-do and separate liability for you. Isn't that fun? So we get to use the division process, and it's called the line of defense. Is that okay? So every division, every corporation, tax ID, debt follows tax ID. They're the ducks. And if we do the corporate credit report per entity, now we can finance the business and write it all off to get to the million if you want to. Now, I'll guarantee what I say I'm going to do, 100%. But you have to turn these up. You have to listen, and you got to do what I tell you to do. Okay? Now, when I add history to you, corporate divisions, all right, don't violate. That means do not apply for credit. Do not jack up cards. If you do, we're going to spank you. We're going to charge you a fee, or we're going to basically close your case and give you a timeout. Got it? You see, if you got an open collection account, negotiate that sucker. They'll settle for pennies on the dollar anyway. And you know what? Past, present, future. Past can't chase future. So we got an IRS problem too. All we got to do is write down 656, a 433A and B. There's a solution for everything you're trying to do. Pretty simple to do too. We got to do a rapid refresh. We got to make sure you pay attention. We got to repackage your credit to get you 750 and above. From there, don't forget the 3-step. It's called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. And what do we get to do? The 750 is waiting for you. Let's add history. Let's analyze. Let's tear apart the reports. Let's turn around and put a rapid refresh in place. There you go. Go to class on Saturday live with me. I'll show you the rules and the tools, how to get to 750. I do most of the work for you anyway. Now what happens is very simple today. I'm going to charge you $999 and guarantee you 750 with no excuse from you. Then I'm going to give you $1,000 card back. So kind of like reimbursing yourself. But during the broadcast, now, I'll discount that to $499. There you go. Then I'll take the card, make it $500 too. And I'll be your coach for 90 days. There's, take a picture of this one. This is okay. Zelle is Ray Reynolds recipient. Ray@rayscredit.com, an email, not a phone number. And when you Zelle, you put RW in your Zelle, and you write down what you're Zelling for too. That way they can know it's from Ray's webinar. Bank, transfer, deposit, or wire. If you want to refer people, that's okay. I will build you credit, or I'll Zelle you back 10%. But when they sign up, they have to tell us your name. You referred them now at the time of sign up. If not, you missed out. Now I need you to call a phone number. Write it down. 888-567-8688. You see, you added yourself to the national mailing list that creates the robocalls. They should be talking about that versus about all the calls abusing people. You see, you're a voter. Congratulations. You know they sell that list 412 times a year. Oh, you got a corporation, you have a cable bill. Why don't you call the number and opt out for 5 years? That way you can pay attention and slow it down too. Now I want you to plan the problem. I want you to understand. All right, you allowed a friend and family member probably to rip you off, knock you down, and you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. Would you like a coach? I'll hold your hand. We'll sing Kumbaya. Hey, how about safety credit? Don't forget the sticky. Don't forget the rules. Create the line of defense. We're going to write down the limit. What's 25? What's 29% too? Is green. 29. 30's yellow. 50's red. Bottom line is you don't play by the rules and tools. No wonder you have shitty credit today. We can get that fixed right away. But again, you have to have the little sticky to give you the discipline you've been lacking anyway. So what do we do next? Ray, I got an emergency. Blah, 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 blah. All I hear is crap. I'm going to crash. That is the biggest BS in my life. Your problem is you. Flat out. When you jack these suckers up, you drop your score, you can't get any more, and you couldn't write out diddly squat. I call that stupid. Okay? Literally. Because you never had to do that. Your problem, you got to quit falling like sheep and ducks. On planet Earth, the United States of America Incorporated, there are 2 cards that never fluctuate, even if you jack them up $1 million, as long as you maintain the payment. It's your platinum and gold cards. There's your safety. Don't you ever screw up what I build you, because you never have to. Up to $1 million paid over time limit too. So what do we get to do? Everybody, they have a problem. They lose their job, had an emergency. You lose your job, that's a great thing. Now go to school, make your own job through your own company. It's your opportunity. That's why it happened. But what people do, they run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wake up to and wait and jack up their cards again and again within 42 days. I don't understand. Bottom line is simple. When you need the money, ask your friends and family in the bank, they'll say no. Here's a $5,000 card in my hand. If I max it out, the payment's $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. So you could have had a safety credit card all along too. They say you waste $140 a week. It's $600 a month. You can't write a diddly squat. Why would you do that? If you take $50,000 of a corporate credit card, all right, you can write off the $50,000, the interest rate in the credit card, and the payment is $612.26. For what the average person pisses away in a given month, it could have bought 2 pizza restaurants in a drive-through during a pandemic. No more excuses. Reach your dream, reach your goal. I believe in God. I believe in me. I kicked the door jump at 10, then the basketball hoop too, and whoa! So what men do jump? Just stupid people say we don't. Now Nixon took the gold standard out. Remember what happened before that? Our government president took all the gold off the market. Well, when Nixon took the gold standard out, they could print money using us as an SSN. And that's how they did. And that's why they have a deficit too. So let's understand today, we're going to write down Ray's rules. You're going to write down 100,000, 2 cards. All right, use 21% safety credit, 71,000 of safety, in case blankets a fan, lost a job, or pandemic. Safety credit. You don't use your personal credit to build the business after you get it set up. Use the corporate credits to absorb the taxation. If it screws up, you bankrupt a division because you had to, not because you have any intent to do fraud. That is have your cake and eat it too. By the way, that's step 7. Raise rules. All right, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Got it? You got a choice. There I am dead. H1N1. I wish I would have been able to set up and go, boo! It would have been funny. Oh, well. During the time, it wasn't so much fun, but it's okay. You know what happens next? I've been in 2 comas. One, I was crippled, got up anyway because Jesus said to. One, I got to die and come back and help you. So understand the devil wants to knock us down and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. We got a choice today. I want you to pick and focus on chapter 18. You got it? It's in front of you. Come on. I love it. It says a corporation, let me circle it for you, is a legal person. It may sue or be sued. I heard this at 7.5 at the Hope Family House. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. I heard it at 7.5 years old. You know, what did I do next? I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Library next door. I said, man, what does this mean? She was mean. She walked away rudely. I know she was coming back. She finally came back and yelled at me. She says, here's a microfiche. Here's a buck. And she slammed that sucker down. Thanks. I like to kick her on the shins, but I was polite, said, thank you. Can I have another? I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I read the book. You know what really pissed me off that day? Not the lady being a biatch, all right, was the fact that there's no damn blueprint. That nobody had enough brains to put a damn blueprint together for people. Don't worry, you don't have one out there and see it unless you let me be your blueprint and you follow what I have in writing too. Because it doesn't exist because, I don't know. That 1%ers, look at how they got their money to get the honey. So understand, what did I do? I went back to that library for 2 years. 2 years. 2 years to create my own blueprint. You see, your lack of knowledge is why you do stupid things. We're not stupid. But I got $100,000 in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. All right, I got basically having fun because the corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. I don't understand why people would pay more than the filing fee. That'd be kind of stupid. What do you think? Corporate credit, corporations and divisions, write it all off, finance itself, have fun building the business too. Build credit for my cat while I was at the Bonaventure. Inc. magazine interviewed me. And I said, use plastic to finance your business. And there's their next article. Isn't that fun too? Now today, I want you to get out your magic wand. I want you to have 9 divisions of you. I'll show you why too. So as we play corporate umbrella, and let's understand what happens today. If you allow me to get the tax ID added to my system, I'm allowed to build Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax under tax IDs. Then I build cash credit report for you. And then I basically let you get some checkbook money line yet for that too. Ultimate goal. Why you need 9? Because you said you wanted $1 million. It takes 9 divisions for $1 million. It takes 41 literally to get 5 million. Would you like to play yet? If you get the corp. Now, if you have a corp, I'll build that for you, or I'll build the divisions. You make the decision. It's up to you. Okay. But if I get you a gold card today, up to $1 million, to 100,000, would you like 9 sisters? Every division under a corporate umbrella is a legal person, which you're entitled to build more. The goal is to never bring the pain home. I promised myself as a kid that if I could not find a way to set up a system to have a foolproof way to not bring the pain home, I wouldn't have a wife and kids. I'll be damned if I bring the pain home I had to go through. So I came up with a solution for everybody. Every entity under a corporate umbrella can have its own credit files, its own piece of property, its own franchise. Screw up one, don't have any intent to do fraud. You got 8 left to go. Go set up another one too. Act like Bank of America, Chase, and B of A. Act like the cities and the grocery stores do. You got the same choice. It's called the United States of America Incorporated. I invented division process. Why don't you pay attention today? I get you corporate credit. Why don't you loan out some money to get the honey? I wrote on my page 6 of the Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago, cash flow free up your time. See, you can enhance your paycheck or replace it. I call corporate credit free money. You just got to maintain the payment and write it off anyway. Because it's like that, it's kind of free. For every 50,000, you get 2,000 of positive cash flow. You can set up 8,000 and 15,000 a month, and you can learn to be an investor too through your corporation and divisions as well. But it's up to you. Here's what's in Buckets of Money book. 41 divisions, 190,000 a month. Would you like to do that for you? Making you a cash making machine? I think it's fun. But again, I like goodies, don't you? All right, just remember, all the haters hate you when you got $4 million Ferrari, an end zone, and all the goodies too. There's a lot of haters in this world. I like the goodies, don't you? Would you like to be a corporate millionaire? Please let me know. Don't forget, division of me. What does it allow me to do? I get to guarantee the Lamborghini through a division, SS4 versus SSN, and I can put the Lamborghini in division 2. I don't have to bring the pain to the corporation or to me ever, as long as I don't have any intent to do fraud. The building, the house, the way you receive money to get the honey, and the daisy chain the credit too. So again, I'd like you to Google your corporation if you have one today. I want you to see it's got your name on it too. And then I want you, if you use your home address, change it right away. See, we're going to put our ducks in a row. If they sue the corp right now, you became a duck, they sue you. Divisions give you the line of defense. And they're more privately, they're not in your face. Is that okay? Now, if I do divisions or corporation with tax IDs, I add history, tax ID, 2000 history, and I set up Experian, Trangio, and Equifax credit reports ready to go. The office sells these for $1,000 each. Very simple. Under the corporate umbrella, then we build credit reports, no problem. Today, I'll let you know I normally discount them for $500 each. Today, I have a thing that's very special. I'm giving you 9 divisions for $1,500. I'm giving you 18 for $19.99. That's 9 divisions for you. All right, and that's 9 divisions for every asset you want to obtain. That is during this broadcast only, if you Zelle only. From there, there's your Zelle. Ultimate goal is to get you $1 million of credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money, and I'll show you what that is too. Ultimate goal, then we want to get that $100,000 to $1 million of supply and vendor credit through the Dun & Bradstreet structure too. Here's checkbook money. Unsecured business line up to $150. But again, your banks and credit unions want you to have a corporation that is 2 years old. So if you do it this year, wait till next year, or get a corporation I have in stock for you today, all right, that was filed, it'll be 2 years. As you do this, then you can go after your checkbook money, probably in about 90 working days. Now, the office sells these for $999. From there, you will need to qualify in your state and do your officer's list. If you want us to do that for you, we charge you $250 to process that, all right, and the $999. During this broadcast only, I discount to $299. The only one who can give you the discounted price of $299 is me. During this broadcast, it has to be a Zelle. Ultimate goal, I got 8 classes in rotation too. And the 8 classes this Saturday at 8 a.m. is Dun & Bradstreet. So what happens is I charge $9.99 for specialty classes for 90 days. or $4.99 per class. So if you want to go to Dental and Breastfeed, sell it today. I'm going to give you the link today too. Up to you. See, you got to stop this crazy stuff. There's no reason anybody ever had to, all right, drop their credit score in the first place, even if they use the SSN, which is kind of silly and dumb. What do we get to do? We get platinum and gold cards. Can max them up to $1 million, as long as you maintain the payment. Your score will never go up and down ever again. Got it? All cash applications require certified CFO. If you want me to build one up for you, let me know. I charge $9.99 to build it up for you. As we play, you want 2 for you and 2 for the corporation. That's about $4,000. Right now, I'm discounting it today during this webinar for $19.98, all right, if it is sold, period. From there, all right, the ultimate goal is up to you. There's your Zelle information too. Now remember, if you have any problem processing an order or a Zelle or whatever, you can always call 800-510-3338 and ask for Scott. He will hold your hand. He can guide you how to basically process the Zelle information too. When you use your personal credit again to start a business, I'm going to call it stupid. When we use corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. And if we win, we absorb the taxation. Usually, if we lose, we bankrupt a division, not the corp and never the family. There's no reason anybody ever had to bring the pain home in the first place. There's no reason that 9 out of 10 people have shitty credit. They did it to themselves for their lack of knowledge. When you retire, your bills never go away. That is your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules. Become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home again. If I wrote you a check for $1 million, where would you bank it? You'd bank in your personal account. I'm going to call that stupid. You only get $375 to keep. The rest goes to the IRS's pocket. I would have told you to bank it in a corporation, a division of you. Receive all the money, pay the bills first. All right, then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover. How much taxes due? When we look up the United States of America Incorporated, all right, they planned the problem. They set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called cities. They have bankrupted 11 cities so far. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. So then they could bankrupt the debt and stay in business. And you have the same right as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Ultimate goal. From there, I need you to Google bankruptcy today. The next time blank hits the fan in your life, a roller coaster of faith and persistence, is it SSN, all right, which is you and your family being ducks and sheep, or is it a corp division subsidiary? Plan the problem. Step number 10 today. From there, if you let me add you to my credit system, I'll show you to get that $5 million mansion there too, and I can build you up to $1 million of credit. But you got to pay attention. You got to go to class so you don't fall in here and follow the rules and tools. So what you did, if you have a corporation, sorry to say, you wasted thousands of dollars. You didn't learn diddly squat. Corporations are free. All you pay is a little filing fee. Even California waived a fee till June of this year. You don't have to be a sheep or a duck because that would suck. So let's see a starter package for beginners. See, this will take away all your excuses because every one of you wastes $50 every other day on crap. Sorry to say you do. Rebuild your credit, rapid score, get you to 750. Articles also is tax rated free if you don't have them. If you do, I'll build what you got. Set them level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Corporation national average is 3,000. Don't know why, so it should be free. Here's what's going to happen today. Normally $2,000, $5,000 credit back to you, which is 2.5 part of your money invested. What I'm going to do is discount it to $999 right now. During this broadcast, I'm going to repackage your life for $999, give you $5,000 of credit back to you 5 times your money. All right? It is definitely a Zelle, or you don't get to play with me. From there, it's very simple. You want basically, from there, you want $25,000 of credit. This is the millionaire in the making, normally $5,000. That way you get 5 times your money back. Discounted right now today, now, to $2,499, and you get $25,000 of cash credit. Guaranteed, that's 10 times your money back. No excuses. And this is the one we expedite every part we can as fast as we can too. Beat your doubt, run your race. Let me basically repackage you. Step number 11 today. Ultimate goal, getting past go. The house, the mansions in the harbor, God's gift, the race boats, all right, and the yachts, to say Ray Reynolds University.com, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Why don't you change your driver's license today, please? Fuel box, mailing address, more privacy. Now let's look at your car you drive today. What did you do? You let them sweat you for 5 hours, treating like a duck and a sheep. You know you did. You lost 5,000 and got 9 inquiries. What you should have did is on that application you gave them, wrote down aloud 1 inquiry and took a picture. You should have set your tone that day. I'm sorry, you bought your car the wrong way. We're going to start doing it my way from now on. Got it? So let's pay attention. Write down fleet price, tax ID division. Write it down. It doesn't show up on personal credit reports. Immediate gap insurance. It's a corporate car. You're learning to be a certified CFO. Lose the house and the car. The creditor gives it back to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you got a creditor problem, collection, and you got an IRS problem. You didn't plan the problem. You screwed it all up. Is that silly or dumb? Division should be a registered owner. Because why? When there's a bumpity bump and they sue you, they try to take everything you got. My way, they get diddly squat. I like diddly squat, don't you? You got a choice, like this Lamborghini is a division of a corporation, so is this one. Every property you obtain should be a division of the corporation. There you go, division of corporation. So, because you don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue you and screw you up that day too. Your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He used Twitter and he bought it within 24 hours with a line of credit. That's twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. He screwed up Twitter. He totally screwed it up. Well, what can I say? Just my opinion. But he's got a spaceship and he's number 4 now as the richest guy on the planet because he keeps screwing things up too. The other 2 guys have spaceships too. Wow, fly me to the moon. But again, you could join the club and learn to win the battle too. Step 15. Now, Carl here doesn't pay state or federal tax because he has a line of credit above what he brings in into the billions. Now, Walt Disney, Newsweek, all right, they put the, Disney ducks taxes. Well, they got $1 billion in the bank and they wrote an IOU to themselves. Borrow money's not taxable. If Mickey can do it, so can you. Leveraging money into more money. If you have a problem running in Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire too, call 800-510-3338. Scott will hold your hand every step of the way. From here, run your life through a corporation today or in conjunction. Please. Ultimate goal, what do you get to do? Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, your paycheck is known as what? Taxable income. You get the leftover, and then you pay the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance. I'd be yelling no if I was you and driving a company car. That's what I do. Why don't you look at basically the SS4 today? Why don't you go to irs.gov and Google one and download it? That way you'll see it says banking and credit purposes. And I'm telling you the truth, it'll set you free, and you never had to be a duck in the first place. All right, because when they sue you, you got a duck. Here's mama. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, every woman's been handed an SSN at the hospital. All right, the baby's only been born an hour or two and got to do an SSN. Going to buy some more money for the baby for $35 million apiece. Baby goes to the stroller, the car seat goes home. Everything to me is rules and tools. Escrow, close, homestead, trust. Oh, you have a house out in a trust? I'm sorry. Because when they sue it, they take it away. That's called stupid. When you die, it's stuck in your probate, your family got diddly squat. When you fix up a property, what do? You hire the contractor that hires the subcontractors. That stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip and fall and basically screw things up and sue you, they take everything you got. My way, they get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look up irrevocable trust today? Step number 19. We could learn to play and stop bringing the pain home too if you pay attention today. Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I hear dummies say that all the time. I always tell them, knock off the crap. All right, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Wesley Snipes tried, and he went to prison, got fined $5 million. Simple to do. Pay attention. Again, If you have to, go to irs.gov, 656 433 A and B, get yourself back in the system where you belong. Ultimate goal, becoming a certified CFO. That is step 20 today. Next, you think about being an OPM. Up to 70% discount. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. You get 200,000 left over in escrow. I tell you to basically use Ray's rules to leverage it to 15 million. Most people get it, they piss it away, and they're broke the next day. Remember, all right, borrow money is not taxable. Line of defense. So if we play step number 21 called blackjack. Now here's my office I had when I was, before I died in the coma. One Technology Drive, Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square feet. I got 3 buildings in other locations in 3 states too, up to $1 million a day. Came back being homeless after the coma. My life got stolen. What am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo like most of you? No. I took out my blueprint and it's see it, believe it, go get it. And I rebuilt my life again and again. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. I got closet divisions. I've been collecting credit cards since I was a little kid. Not baseball cards, credit cards. A little over $50 million of the credit card money, and I build $1 million of credit again. See, there's no reason to bring the pain home in the first place. All right, you never had to. That's step 22. 1,000 steps to millionaire, and to become a certified CFO. Corporations, a legal what? It builds credit, so do the divisions. All we got to do is let me add you to my system, the credit reward, umbrella, the corporation divisions too. Tax ID, credit reports, cash credit, and even checkbook money too. Every tax ID is entitled to Experian Transient Equifax and let it finance itself. If you want up to $1 million, I'll tell you 9 divisions. From there, 5 million is 41 divisions. Ultimate goal, add history, tax ID, build the credit reports. The office sells for 1,000 each. All right, under the umbrella, corporate credit reports. I usually charge 500 each, 1,500 for 3. Today, you can get 9 for 1,500. You get 18 for 19.99. If it's Zelle right now, before I stop talking, up to you. What are you willing to lose? Family? Corporation? No. Division? If we play chess today, we're going to lose pieces on both ends. But in my way, we're both getting checkmate. That's step 23. Is that okay with you? Refer people. I'll build you more credit or give you 10% Zelle back to you as long as they give us your name when they sign up. If they don't, you miss the opportunity. So remember, it's reaching the dream. Think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life. It's Ray's rules. Very simple. All right, training people to be certified CFOs while I repackage them, corporations and divisions, into the millionaire status. There's your goal. Now remember, I said earlier today, I want you to write down credit, loan, money. Borrow money is not taxable. The faster we get to that first 100,000, the faster you get to financial freedom. Again, what I want to do is understand something today. I'll show you my goodies, some of them, and make you a corporate millionaire. If you want to be next, all you can do is let me know. My ultimate goal on them, basically spending 3 days with the 25 people in that group. They asked me to do a review of the 18 books. So it's the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Ultimate goal is up to you. If you're in the 25, all right, it is $1,000 if you want to spend the 3 days. It is definitely a Zelle. From there, if you want to join us, all right, I'll give you a bunch of bonuses. Literally, all right, level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes, and 50,000 of credit. Normally, the 50,000, 5,000 by itself. So if you want that with the bonuses and the 3 days with me, it is $3,999 of its Zelle bank wire deposit today. From there, you don't want any bonuses, then it's $1,999. Ultimate goal, you pay for 2 days, you get the third one free. Ultimate goal, it's online with me. There's your Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. No more excuses, making you a money-making machine. So understand today, if you need credit lines, all right, added to your package or what you want to do, we normally charge 10%. I have a 50,000 for $1,500 and $100,000 for $2,500 if it was Zelle during this broadcast only. All right, and Zelle is simple. It's Ray Reynolds recipient. And then from there, it's the email address, ray@rayscredit.com. In the memo, you put what you Zelle for, and you always put RW. Ultimate goal. If I get to repackage, if you let me, I'll rebuild you, but I'll show you how to get the American dream. But I have to analyze your credit and tell what I need you to do on your part. And we build you up and away. Goal is simple. Never have joint credit. It's just in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporation, don't know why people spend thousands for a piece of paper that's free. Pay a little filing fee. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and the line of defense. I like to always try to give bonus cash credit, so that way you can write it all off and finance the business and take away all the excuses. Because that's why most people have excuses, because half people are lazy. All right, when you give them all the answers, though, they're going to sit there doing nothing at all. Step 24. Ultimate goal is simple. If all you want from me is a 750, let me analyze you, add history, do a rapid refresh. All right, tear apart the reports, put you in class on Saturday, and let's go get the 750 score. Normally it's $999, $1,000 card back to you. From there, I discount it to $499 during the broadcast only, and the card becomes $500. Starter package for corporations, rebuild the credit, rapid score. Articles also is tax, so you don't have them, I'll hand it to you for free. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Giving you $5,000 of credit back, normally 2.5 times your money. Today I'm discounting to $999, so you end up getting 5 times your money back to you. No excuses. Million in the Making gets you $25,000 of credit. Normally $5,000 is $24.99 today. And that way you get 10 times your investment back to you. And you can finance the American dream and take away the excuses. And we always expedite this one all the time. There's your Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Up to you. Any problem processing an order, it's 800-510-3338. All you do is ask for Scott. He'll hold your hand. There's the corporation with divisions. Your banks and grocery stores, bankrupt locations, take a tax credit because they use subsidiaries. Today, we're going to focus on divisions. And your first goal is to stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Become and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Looking behind the curtain, staying safe and strong, doing our best, while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, your opportunity is now. If you don't do it right away, sorry. All right. Bottom line is 800-510-3338. Zelle, now. If you have a problem, call the number, ask for Scott, say you're on the webinar with Ray Reynolds, and see if he can help you too. Ultimate goal, we got to do our best. But God does the rest. Amen to that too. And no excuses, because at the end of the day, God loves us all.